Pull the lever, Kronk.
Wrong lever! No, it was the right lever. Welcome to Peru. So for months I've been hinting about this trip that I was supposed to be on in July. But today we're finally going to talk about what happened on the trip, why I wasn't on the trip, and all the fun details. So let's get into it.
In July of this year, I was supposed to be on a 15-day motorcycle tour of Peru. We would be renting Honda CB500 Dual Sports or the Honda XRE 300, starting in Cuzco at 11,152 feet and traveling to the world-famous Machu Picchu, then 8 hours south down to Lake Titicaca, seeing condors flying in the wild, walking the longest hand-woven rope bridge in the world, visiting hot springs, and delving into the incredible culture that is Peru. Plus, getting to see a llama or two. Million.
So why did I pick this trip? I picked this trip because it is a fundraiser for a school in Peru. So not only do I get to spend 15 days exploring a brand new country and seeing some amazing sights, plus testing my mettle as a rider, I get to sponsor a child's education for an entire year by going. That's a win-win.
Okay, so why didn't I go? Number 1, not enough experience. Not only am I not familiar with dirt roads, these are dirt roads at 16,000 feet in the Andes Mountains. I haven't had enough practice. And I messed up my bike 2 weeks before the trip, which means I got no practice for those 2 weeks before the trip. It felt foolish to go. I did find out that the first day, 3 riders fell/laid their bikes down or just crashed, which resulted in 1 broken wrist and a lot of nervous riders that went way slower than they should have. So the days were much longer and the group was much more frustrated than they should have been. So intermediate to skilled riders are necessary for this trip. I'm a beginner, hence the classes I'm taking now. And I have yet to practice with my big packs on my bike with gear for the 10 days of travel. So not only do I need to do a long trip for practice on dirt roads, but I need to be able to do it with a much heavier bike. Number 2, July is winter in Peru. And I discovered from the people that did go that there is no heat in the hotel rooms, and the showers are going to be lukewarm at best. Brr. So I need to be prepared for that. Heated gear, practice in snow, etc.
And number 3, unfortunately, one of my husband's family members was diagnosed with a pretty serious cancer just before I left for the trip. Surgery for the cancer was high risk and was going to happen in the middle of my trip. I didn't want to be out of the country if anything bad happened. So I decided not to go. Oh, also, my mom was apparently praying that I would not go. And everything started going wrong. So thank you, Mom. Thanks a lot, Mom. But at the same time, she was right. I was not ready. Taking that one dirt bike class taught me I was nowhere near ready going on that trip. So I'm actually thankful that it all worked out and I haven't gone yet. So between all of those, I decided not to go. It just seemed like the wise decision. The good news is, though, there's another trip from the same company in November, which will be Peru's summer. So while we're going to be 16,000 feet, well, between 11,000 and 16,000 feet in the Andes, 10 degrees to 20 degrees makes a big difference, and I will take it. I'm really hoping that our family members' health will have really improved by then. And now I have a few more weeks to practice, figure out my packing, figure out my gear, and really get ready to go without all these other things happening that were happening this summer that was preventing me from really getting things going. So that's the trip I've been super cagey about for months. 10 days in Peru. So what about you? Would you go on a trip out of the country? Would you ride or maybe have you ridden your motorcycle somewhere else? Where would you go? What would you do? What would you pack? Let me know. Light packing. I need to take a drone. There's a lot of camera equipment going. So honestly, I'm trying to figure out the least amount of clothes I can take and figure out how many cameras I can fit into my saddlebags. So this is, of course, is all provided I feel really ready to go. I need to really, really master that bike and those trails at the sports complex. If I can do those, and I can do, I guess the hardest thing I'm being told on this trip is uphill switchbacks in gravel. If I can handle, or sand, like if I can do gravel and sand and do switchbacks uphill, I'm good to go. So if I'm not ready by November, I will not be going. And so that's kind of a heads up. Like, the trip is on at this point. I officially signed back up for it again last night, but will I actually go? We will see. I don't want to wait until next summer. I do want to push myself, but if I can't get the time into practice and I'm not confident on the bike, I haven't had a chance to do a long day on the bike with saddlebags weighted down with like 50 pounds of stuff, then I'm not gonna go. But that is my current goal. So cheer me on, give me words of advice, I'll take whatever you've got, and enjoy all the videos of me on Dusty the next couple of weeks. Poor Doppler is gonna be sitting in the garage going, I'll figure out how to ride her too, no worries. So again, what's your favorite gear hack? Would you go out of the country? Where would you go if you went out of the country? And comment below, am I absolutely crazy? I think the answer is probably yes. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon.